Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, for all of our subscribers, our Burgundy Ballers, welcome back to the best Washington Commanders and NFL podcast you're going to see on the planet. Welcome back to the Ballin In Burgundy podcast. Myself, John, rocking tonight as one of your hosts. Andrew, Justin, and Chris are off dealing with school. And with weather disasters, Chris lost his power because of the weather here on the East Coast. So prayers out to him and prayers out to anyone dealing with all these rainstorms and excessive winds. But guys, it's good to be back. We took a little bit of time off from the Super Bowl. We told you this guys would happen. We would be doing some rebrands. You saw on the new intro video. You see right here a brand new Ballin' in Burgundy podcast logo. And guys, we got a good one. Our 1.0 mock draft, and I'm going to do a 7-round Commanders mock draft at the end. Before we get into it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe here on YouTube. We are on the road to 500 subscribers. 90% of our viewers are not subscribed to Ballin' in Burgundy, and that is a shame because when you subscribe, you get the content out faster, you become a Burgundy baller, and it helps us support here the channel, get further into the YouTube algorithm, helps us get further into the YouTube land, and allows us to get more interviews, more mock drafts, more content, more just a whole bunch of fun for you guys. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below during this mock draft. Who do you think your team should take? Who should the Commanders take? Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Ballin' in Burgundy Podcast, Twitter at BIB Podcast 22 because Twitter hates long usernames. All those links down in the description, and they will stay right up here as a part of this new background for me. But guys, let's get into this. The 2025 NFL Draft is in full effect time. The first round is already solidified. We, the Washington Commanders, and y'all can get this hat, this beautiful Commanders and Redskins combo hat, Washington on the dailyshop.com. Link will be put here and down in the description. Shout out to him. He gave me a bunch of other cool content I'll be wearing throughout these videos. But man, this hat, fabulous. But speaking of this hat, our Commanders hold the number 29 pick in the 2025 NFL draft. So we are missing on a lot of good plays, but this draft is loaded to the gills in top talent. But I want to start with a 1-round, 32-team NFL mock draft. So for all of our NFL fans out there, you guys are going to have some fun with this. I'm over here. Here we are on PFF. I am up here for those who are not listening or are not watching. Up in your top right corner is again we hold the number 29 overall pick. But I'm going to be doing all of the teams real quick for this 1 round. I do PFF. I've signed up for it. It's just as easy. Their big board is a little wonky, but for the most part, PFF is pretty reliable about these things. So I will be using PFF. 1 round, fast, pretty much high on PFF on their board, pretty high on carry positional value, pretty high on draft needs. No randomness because I don't think there's going to be too much randomness, but let's get into this. The Tennessee Titans, 1 of 1. I'm going to have them selecting edge rusher out of Penn State, Abdul Carter. They have said they will not pass on a generational prospect. There are a few in this draft: Shedeur McMillan, Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, just to name the top 3. Unless they get a king's ransom for number 1 overall, I do not think they will be trading back. I think they will be sticking at 1, and I have them taking Abdul Carter because they need someone to pair up with Jeffrey Simmons on that defensive line under Coach Brian Callahan. Pick 2, the Cleveland Browns. Boy, do they need everything. I could go quarterback for them. I could have them take Shedeur Sanders. I could have them take Cam Ward. With the possible trades on Greg Newsome and Denzel Ward to free up some cap space, I'm going to have them going after the 2025 Heisman Trophy winner, one of the greatest athletes of this generation out of Colorado, who said this on Instagram, and I'm saying this now. He'll be playing cornerback in the league. That's what he's going to be listed as at the combine. That's what he'll be trying out as at the combine, and he will shadow here and there at wide receiver. I had the Cleveland Browns going Travis Hunter. The New York Football Giants, one of our division rivals. They need quarterback desperately. I don't see them trading number three overall for Matthew Stafford. I don't see them trying to acquire Russell Wilson. I don't see them trying to acquire Kirk Cousins. My apologies. I have them going quarterback. I think Brian Dable will go out and get his guy in Miami's Cam Ward. The size, the tools, 6'2", 223, can run, can throw, can go across the yard. He does have some turnover plays, but what he makes up in that, he makes up in size and speed. I'm going Cam Ward. New England Patriots, I'm going defense on this. I've seen a lot of people go Tedero McMillan. I've seen a lot of people go Will Johnson. I have them going Mason Graham, beefing up that interior defensive line and get after the pass. But really in that run game, I got Mason Graham being a Patriot. Jacksonville Jaguars. A lot of people will go for maybe a tackle or a wide receiver. I have them sticking in the state of Michigan at his teammate. I have him going Will Johnson to go pair up with not Jerry Jones. Who do they have down there? Tyson Campbell, I believe. Yeah, Tyson Campbell. So I have them going Will Johnson. Las Vegas Raiders, you guys are on the clock. You guys got who you wanted. Tom Brady is their partial owner. He has some stake in this young man. Coach Prime said this is where he wants his son to be. And they have the rapport. I have Shedeur Sanders going to Las Vegas. The New York Football Jets, they have moved on from Aaron Rodgers. I am sure they will move on from Devontae Adams. They're going to have some pieces to go through with head coach Aaron Glenn down there. So I could go a few different routes. I'm thinking on defense, probably going to go defensive interior. And I'm going to go with Walter Nolan. I really like him. I think do I go Walter Nolan? I take that back. You know what? I take that back. I'm going to go edge rusher. I'm going to go a guy who's climbing up some boards for a reason. He should be within this top 15 guys. I'm going to go with Mykel Williams out of Georgia. Carolina Panthers, again, they could use a plethora of things. I'm going to stick at the edge rushing position because they need talent. He's listed under linebacker. I'm going Jalen Walker out of Georgia. Saints, Chris Olave can't stay healthy. Rashid Shaheed has got some speed, but he's coming back. You don't know who. I think Derek Carr will still be your QB under Kellen Moore. Get a guy who's got size, speed, and get after the ball. I'm going Tedero McMillan. Chicago Bears, this is where the first offensive tackle is, and you have your pick of the litter. I'm going to go with Will Campbell. Some people might have him projected as a guard in the league. I have the Bears going tackle for him. And just in case you lose Tevin Jenkins, you can move him to guard and he can play across the board. San Francisco 49ers, they could go a plethora of the things. I'm going to go back into the interior, and now I will take Walter Nolan for the San Francisco 49ers. Hargrave is probably on his way out. You need someone to take some pressure off of Nick Bosa. Give me Walter Nolan. Dallas Cowboys. We all have a feeling this is where Ashton Jeanty is going to go because they need running back, and this is I might say generational running back class. This thing is stacked to the gills. There are cats in the 5th and 6th round I have gone for teams, and they have been studs. But I will go with the best running back we've seen in college football in quite some time. I will be going with Ashton Jeanty. Miami Dolphins, they need a little bit. I could good corner. I'm thinking safety because you're going to lose Javon Holland. I'm going to go with Malachi Starks. Indianapolis Colts. You guys got Liatu Latu last year. You don't really use the tight end all that much, but we really need tight end. I get that, but you didn't pass to Eric Ogletree or you didn't pass to Mo Alley Cox all that often. So I will be giving you guys actually a corner in Benjamin Morrison. I think he's going to fall a little bit. If it wasn't for the hip injury, I think he would go in this top 10. So there's that. Atlanta Falcons. They need edge rusher help. They need to get the quarterback bad. There's two guys I'm in love with. James Pierce Jr. out of Tennessee, and someone we've been talking about on Instagram quite often is Mike Green. I would have loved for him to fell, but I'm having the Atlanta Falcons take the Marshall Herd Demon at 15th overall. Arizona Cardinals, I am thinking offensive line, protect Kyler Murray. I'm going to give y'all Kelvin Banks. Cincinnati Bengals, they need defense. I could go with Kenneth Grant. I could go with Tyleik Williams. I think with the possible Trey Hendrickson trade, that could be if he doesn't get a new contract. I think they should go edge rusher. I'm going to have this cat stay in some orange, white, and black. Give me James Pierce Jr. You put him a little bit more size, you're good to go. Seattle Seahawks. They need O-line. I'm thinking Armand Membu. Because as much as he's listed as a tackle, his size at 6'3", I think can give you some really good guard depth and guard help. Abraham Lucas can't stay healthy. You don't know where you're going to get out of some of these other guys. I'm going to give y'all Armand Membu. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Again, y'all could go with a lot of different things. I'm thinking you get some help on the D line to get some pressure, and I'm going to give y'all Nick Scorton out of Texas A&M. Denver Broncos. You need tight end. Give them Tyler Warren. Steelers. You need a wide receiver. With George Pickens being the diva, Roman Wilson still injured, and I'm sure you're going to lose a couple of guys. Luther Burden's falling. I think you need a consistent chain mover in Emeka Egbuka out of the Ohio State. Los Angeles Chargers. Will Disley wasn't the greatest for y'all. Quentin Johnson was still dropping hands. Ladd McConkey looks like a stud. So I could go Luther Burden, give you some speed, but I do like Josh Palmer to a degree. So I'm going to give you guys Colston Loveland out of Michigan. Get him paired up with Jim Harbaugh. Get Justin Herbert, a tall, reliable weapon down there. I think you're good to go. Green Bay Packers. This is a tricky one, right? Because they need help on the defense. They do need help with, getting that safety room, figured out that corner room with Jair, kind of on the downward spiral of his career. But you don't have a solidified number one wide receiver. And I really like Matthew Golden for that role. Coming out of Texas at 6 foot. He became the number one guy when Isaiah Bond went down for a bit. And I think he gives you a little versatility over your Jaden Reeds and your Christian Watsons. Give me Matthew Golden. Minnesota Vikings, this has to be secondary. This has to be corner. As much as I like Jade Barron here, I think you just need depth and some size. And I'm going to give you guys Siobhan Revel Jr., 6'2", 6'3", 193. If it wasn't for, I believe, the ACL tear, this dude would probably be in my top 20, and he should be in your top 20. It's just the injuries, but I mean, this cat just got better year after year. In 3 games, 2 picks, 48% passer rating. Like, this dude can do it all. I really like him. Houston Texans. The Kenyon Green experiment did not work. I'm going to start here on the guard and give you guys Tyler Booker. Los Angeles Rams. You guys do need offensive line help. And the good thing is, there's a guy who's fallen a little bit. I'm going to give you all Gray Zabel out of North Dakota State. He can play guard or he can play tackle for you guys. I really like him coming out of the Senior Bowl. Baltimore Ravens. Rashad Bateman's been fine. Kevin Duvernay's been fine. I think you need someone to help with Lamar's speed. And I think you need to help, not turn over that room, but give the room a little bit of help. I'm going to give y'all Luther Burden III. Detroit Lions. You traded for Zadarius Smith by the trade deadline. Aiden Hutchinson's finally going to come back soon. But you do need someone on that edge. I'm going to give y'all Jack Sawyer out of the Ohio State. Absolute dog. Freak of nature at 6'5". Give him them. My Washington Commanders, our Washington Commanders. A lot of people are thinking offensive line with this, especially your Josh Simmons or your Josh Connolly. I am more in the boat of going edge rusher. I think with Cleveland Farrell, I think being gone, Dante Fowler was on a 1 year deal. I like some things out of JJB, but that's really all you have left. I'm a big fan. There's a bunch of good guys: Josiah Stewart, Jared Ivey. Give me Donovan Ezaraku out of Boston College, 6'2", 250, just a dog for the Eagles. And give me him. Buffalo Bills. They went Keon Coleman. Wasn't the greatest rookie season. I'm going to give you guys some interior demon to pair up. Ooh, or do I go? I think it might. Ooh, do I go edge rusher here? I'm going to stick with the interior. Good talent falls. Giving y'all Kenneth Grant out of Michigan. Kansas City Chiefs. Three-peat is no more. You got stomped out, beaten and bruised in the Super Bowl. Jawan Taylor just doesn't do it for you. Kingsley Sumateo wasn't the greatest fit for y'all. I will give y'all Josh Simmons to get that offensive line right. And the Philadelphia Eagles, your Super Bowl winners. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. You destroyed Kermit the Frog, Mr. Taylor Swift, Juju Boo Boo Smith Schuster, and a whole bunch of guys. So congratulations to y'all. Y'all don't really need a whole lot, which is the truth. I don't mean that to be like, well, you just can't give them nobody. I just don't know who I would give y'all. Like there's some really good guys on this board. I'm probably gonna give y'all. Do I go interior D line? Josh Connolly. Oh, this is a tough one for the Eagles because I've seen a few players go at different spots. I'll give y'all Jahdae Barron. Give you a young corner to help with some of the aging players. Some people have him listed as a safety at 5'11". They have him at corner. He had 5 interceptions on the year for Texas. Giving y'all Jahdae Barron, and we'll go over this draft when it comes up because PFF likes to grade. But to go over Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, Cam Ward, Mason Graham, Will Johnson, Shedeur Sanders, Michael Williams, Jalen Walker, McMillan, Will Campbell, Walter Nolan, Ashton Jeanty, Malachi Starks, Benjamin Morrison, Mike Green, Kelvin Banks to finish out the top 16. Starting with Cincinnati, James Pierce Jr., Armand Membu, Nick Scorton, Tyler Warren, Emeka Ibuka, Colson Loveland, Matthew Golden, Siobhan Revel Jr., Tyler Booker, Gray Zabel, Luther Burden, Jack Sawyer, Donovan Ezaraku, Kenneth Grant, Josh Simmons, and Jahdae Barron for our mock draft 1.0, right? But I did say I would get y'all a Commander 7-round mock draft, and that's exactly what we are going to do, is do this 7 round. And if the draft board lines up correctly, because their board's a little weird, I should get my guy. Just like that. It's like they have Nick Scoring going to the Baltimore Ravens. I don't know if I agree with that. Actually, I picked Matthew Golding. Pretty darn good there. They got Jeanty fallen. Give me Donovan Ezaraku, and let's figure out pick 61 this second round for our Washington Commanders. So we went edge rusher. There's a lot of good talent still left on this board. A lot of good talent. Corner position, Maxwell Harrison had a good Senior Bowl. Azariah Thomas, Azariah Thomas. He pronounces it a different way. I forget how it goes. He's still on the board. Offensive tackle is still up there. A lot of people have us looking at Ozzie Trapillo, 6'8", 309 out of BC, playing right tackle. Wyatt Millam is falling a little bit. I don't know why. His size, I think his arm size, based on what people are saying, are going to translate better to guard. But move him up, maybe move him over to right tackle. I would like that. Cameron Williams, I was not the biggest fan of. I don't know why. It just doesn't give me the right feeling. Give me Wyatt Millam as my pick at pick 61. Our third round pick, 679. There's a good corner. There's some good corners left. There's some good wide receivers left. I'm thinking wide receiver. I'm thinking Trey Harris. Injuries are going to be the biggest concern for him if he does fall, although I could see him as a second round talent. But if he's available in the third, I'm going to go get him, pair him up with Terry. You get a little bit of size to match up with Terry's speed and hands. I'm in a good spot. Pick 147. This should be corner. There are a lot of good corners. There's some good running backs left. I will trade back just a few spots to get my corner guy. I'm thinking probably the Dolphins. Where you go? Pick 156. They don't want to trade back. Okay, so the Chargers at 158. If you give me 209 to trade back a few spots so I can get my corner to pair with Mike Samuelson and Strattamore and O'Donnell Fortune out of the Gamecocks. 6'1", 185, really good year. He's truly a coverage and zone guy. He's not going to get too much in the run game, but that's okay. Give me O'Donnell Fortune out of South Carolina. So we have edge, tackle, wide receiver, corner, what we needed, right? So let's see here. Any good defense interiors, sort of, running backs. 815. Jaquin Jackson out of Arkansas. Not bad, no drops. Why not get some depth at that position? Linebackers. Ooh, if I can get him, that'd be great. Interior, with Sam Cosme out for a while, there was a cat I really like in Clay Webb out of Jacksonville State. 6'3", 390, only let up a sack. Three sacks in 3 years. Really good in the run. Could use a little bit of work in the pass. I'll look at Dylan Fairchild. A little bit better in the pass. Actually, I'm going to go Dylan Fairchild out of Georgia. Get my offensive interior. I will go defensive interior probably with one of these last two picks if my linebacker just got taken. Wonderful. Thor Griffith out of Louisville. 6'2", really good in run. Can still get after the pass a little bit, but he will get some work done. Give me Thor Griffith, Commander Thor in the building. And with our last pick, our penultimate pick, 249. Oh, what do I want? There's some decent tackles. Trey Wedding had some good showings. Carson Vincent had some good showings at the Senior Bowl. I could go to another edge like Colin Oliver, like 2 sacks in 2 games, and then he got injured. 6'2", 240. Really bad in the run, though. Not the greatest run, but that's okay. You're supposed to get him to go to the pass. Safety, I'm not a big fan of these safeties left. Not much on these linebackers. Double up on edge. I could go back to like Elijah Badger. I've gotten him a few times. Any good corners left? All right, this is a crime. Jabbar Muhammad should not be falling this far. They have him ranked 286 on their big board. He'll go by the 4th, but give me Jabbar Muhammad out of Oregon as my last pick in this draft. So with that being said, let me download this. We took Donovan Ezeraku, edge rusher, pick 129 here in the first round. Second round, wide Milam tackle or could play guard out of West Virginia, pick 61. Pick 79 took Trey Harris out of Ole Miss. Pick 158. We traded back from 147 to 158 and got an additional 6th round to take O'Donnell Fortune out of South Carolina as our corner. 204 got us Jaquin Jackson, halfback out of Arkansas. Dylan Fairchild with pick 209 out of Georgia, a guard. Thor Griffith, some defensive interior. I picked 237, and then 249, Jabbar Muhammad, corner out of Oregon. Let me know down in the comment who I took for our commanders. If you agree with this list, who you have your mock draft, who should we take at pick 129? 9, and let us know down in the comments if I did right by our team. Did I do good for the Colts taking a safety? Did I do good by the Saints going to Tedero McMillan? Did I do good by the Commanders by going at rusher? Tell me down in the description how 1.0 went for y'all. With that being said, guys, it's officially mock draft season. Countdown to free agency starts. Are only a few months away from April 25th, Green Bay, Wisconsin, the NFL draft. It's gonna have some fun. We're gonna get some a lot of more we're gonna get some mock drafts out. Gonna have some interviews. Gonna have some collabs coming on. But guys, let's get out of here. Let's enjoy this mock draft Monday. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe here on Ballin In Burgundy. Put that post notification alert every time that we upload. Instagram and Twitter, or excuse me, Instagram and TikTok at Ballin In Burgundy Podcast, Twitter at BIB Podcast. Went to because Twitter hates long usernames. Get us to 500 subscribers. Go follow us all on on Instagram and TikTok as well. We'll do a lot more mock drafts. Just kind of throw them out there. But get us to 500 subscribers. Let's raise hail during this offseason. Stay tuned for a lot of content. Shout out to Rio, Tone, Washington on the daily, and Corey for supporting us since day one. All of their links down in the description. But let's enjoy Monday. Let's enjoy this. Going to be rainy and maybe snowy East Coast weather. With that being said, guys, raise hail and don't forget to stay ballin'. We will see y'all out there.